Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name's Luke Payson, and I am joined by a special first-time guest of the show, Kross Cassidy. Kross, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, this is exciting. Not only do we have you on the show, but it's our first show of 2023. So thanks for kicking off MMA Fancast 2023. And also, your older brother, Aiden Cassidy, has been on the show talking about when he won states in Pennsylvania as a wrestler, but then also when he got a great knockout in his debut fight for 247 MMA. So really excited to have you on the show. That's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about you. You are a freshman at Bedford High School, already making noise in wrestling. You just won the Southmoreland Holiday Classic at the 139-pound division. So congratulations to you on that. What was it like going into a big tournament? I know you were seated outside of the top 8. You weren't seated at the top 8. You weren't expected necessarily to be in the finals, much less win. And so it was a great tournament for you. So kind of talk about what it was like going in to the Southmoreland Holiday Classic and kind of how that tournament went for you.
Yeah, I saw like the rankings and I was like kind of confused about that. And I was like, I want to get a win. And I kind of did it. I was like pretty proud of myself and everything. Just want to say thank you to my coaches, my dad and Coach Waller from All-American and the shop, especially Gavin Teasdale and Taylor. Yeah, but thank you to all them.
Well, you just listed down, obviously, your dad, your high school coaches, the shop. Gavin Teasdale is one of the only 13 four-time Pennsylvania state champions in the history of Pennsylvania. So an incredible training partner for you. But also, it goes to the fact that you are training not just in wrestling in high school, but you're also training at all these other clubs. And clearly you're putting the work in. You're come from a family of coaches with your dad, Darren Cassidy, who's connected, of course, as one of the main coaches for people that may not know, but I would think everybody does, to the Gorilla House gym, which in and of itself is a legendary MMA gym, which is currently home to Ethan the Wuthering Goss, which is how I first heard about you guys, because he is the current reigning, soon to be defending in April, 247 fighting championship, 145-pound champ of the world. So everything's kind of connected, which is super great. Talk about your first 3 wins in the tournament. You come into the tournament, you're ranked outside of the top 8. You have this mindset that you can go ahead and win the whole thing if you just put the work in. And in the first 3 matches, you won all by falls, all within the first period. So just walk through those first 3 matches for you.
Yeah, well, the first kid, I was like, I wasn't really worried about him that much, but the second kid was, he was ranked 8th, and he was not the best, but I should have, beat him. And then the third kid, he was ranked in the tournament 1st, and then I pinned him like the first time, and they said my foot hit the wall, and then I had to pin him again the next 13 seconds.
Wow. So as far as that goes, because I didn't know that part, that little detail, that you ended up having 2 pins, both in the first period against the guy who was ranked number 1. So obviously that's really impressive. But what was it like mentally, sort of having a bit of a technical issue with the referees? Obviously they're a part of the game, but what was it like kind of having to restart and get a second fall?
I just kind of had to have the mentality to just go out there and kind of show who I am and try to do what I do and prep people.
Sure. Well, not only it'll work out. We'll get better reception here in a second, it looks like. So I appreciate you squeezing me in. I know you're very busy. You're going from one practice to another. It's part of your success is putting the hard work in. Once you defeated the number 1 seed in the tournament, how did that help you going into the rest of the matches?
I kind of thought, no, this kid's the best in the tournament. And I was like, well, everybody else should be a breeze.
Mhm.
And then I kind of like had the Gregory Shaw's kid before in the tournament. He's a pretty good wrestler, and I just went out there and wrestled my match. And just gotta show people like that I'm here and like ready to wrestle.
Yeah, for people that may not know, you got 5 wins in the tournament, 4 by fall, 1 by major decision. So just incredible. Walk us through the final. So there you are in the final. You're using the mindset. You're already at that point guaranteed at worst a second place finish. And walk us through the final match. I know what happened, but go ahead and kind of break it down, maybe period by period or whatever happened in the final match.
Well, I had Damon Michaels. He's a pretty good wrestler. My brother like knew Ryan is like older brother. He won states. Knew that was going to be a tough match. He was a pretty good wrestler on his feet, and I almost got taken down in the first. Got a stalemate, and then I took him down, rode him out for the rest of the period. And the second period, he reversed me, held me down for like a minute and 30. And third period, I knew I was like, I need to get a turn here. And I basically broke him down. He tried that switch again that he reversed me first with. And I pancaked him to his back and hit him.
I appreciate the breakdown, some of the technical terms there you used for younger wrestlers out there. It's always good to kind of hear from you, from what worked, but also the tough part is finding the opportunity when the opportunity comes, even when the match, well, was hard, because obviously it was a challenge. So the fact that you won 4 out of 5 by fall, and that your actual that the actual final was won by fall, I think, is not only impressive, but is likely what led you to being named the outstanding wrestler of the entire tournament. And for those, of course, that means every weight class in the entire tournament, they pick kind of a MVP for people that are used to other sports. The outstanding wrestler is sort of the MVP of all that. So what was it like being recognized with that, knowing that not only did you have the title at 139, but out of all the weight classes, whoever makes those decisions chose you as the outstanding wrestler?
I was pretty happy. Well, I actually didn't know I even got it because I was talking to my coach and I didn't hear him announce it. And then I was like, they're like, Kross, you got the OW award. And I was like, I was pretty happy and pretty shocked.
Well, yeah, there's nothing really else to be than to be happy and shocked. I would think that the way you won, 4 out of 5 by fall and the final by a fall, I would think a lot of the finals went to very tight decision wins and maybe even some overtime, ride time, that type of stuff. So having a fall in the finals, I'm sure, is kind of what sealed the OW status for you. So just an incredible tournament and performance. Now, since you've been kind enough to come on for your first time to MMA Fancast, and I can't wait to follow you into the future, you're a freshman. Your brother got a state championship in his senior year. What would you like to see in the rest of your freshman year? Obviously, you've got a lot of 4 more years left, 3 after this. So what do you kind of want to see out of yourself in the remainder of this season?
My goals this season are like go undefeated the whole year, and then to be a state placer.
Okay.
And, like in the summer, I want to like go to that NHCSA like national goal thing, and I want to place in that.
Well, there are your goals. I appreciate you sharing them out there. I think for any young wrestler watching this, elementary school, middle school, high school, it's not just having goals. And I think your goals are great to have. It's also being willing to do the work in line with those goals. And that's a big part of it. Having goals that are realistic based on the work you're putting in, the performances you're getting, sounds absolutely incredible. I'm honored to have you on. I really like following the development of people's careers. So thanks for taking the time to come in. And also, best skills to you. Your whole family is connected to wrestling and MMA. Your dad's a very well-known coach. Your brother is currently a D1 wrestler at George Mason University, and a former state champ. So just incredible that you're putting the work in. Thanks so much for coming on. I can't wait to see what happens the rest of your this year. And I'd love to have you back on, kind of depending on how the rest of the season goes. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
You got it. You've been listening to Luke Payson with Kross Cassidy, first time guest of the show on MMA Fancast. Thanks so much. Have a good one.